Hey everyone, Zero JD here with the XBLA Fans channel, and here I'm going to make a video for something I'm very excited about, Subnautica. It has been in game preview for what feels like forever, and it has finally come out. I know some of you have probably heard that on the Xbox it doesn't run pretty too well. However, with the release patch, it has made like miles of difference in performance, and it runs great. The pop-in, I've played for about a few hours under the new patch, and I haven't seen any pop-in outside of like, hey, this is a video game, so there will be pop-in kind of stuff. So right now, as you can probably see, Subnautica is a survival game that takes place underwater. So this is actually my base. Forewarning, stuff you're going to see here is you won't probably see for a while because I am at a end game save, and I could actually go and complete the game right now and finish the story. Yes, there is a story. It's actually fairly well told through logs and stuff like that, and just kind of in the environment storytelling. The basic stuff, and I'm not going to really give out too many details because of, hey, spoilers. You're in space. The ship you're on has a catastrophic failure, and you land in a survival pod. And from that survival pod, you kind of just go. So this is actually my room. It's my cat poster, my other cat poster, my stuffed doll, my other stuffed doll, my aquarium, and my coffee machine that does actually work. And I obviously got my bed where if I want to sleep throughout the night, and I have multiple sections throughout here. And I got some spotlights out here. But all of this I have made. A lot of this stuff I've had to actually go to different areas and kind of scan stuff to get like, hey, I have to scan it, and now I know the blueprint. And some of them require like multiple scans and stuff like that. In here I have my planter where I keep my food, so it's self-sustaining. There is land, but it's not too much. Down there is the scanner room, where that's something else I had to buy or research, which is essentially scanning the area that's around me in a certain range. And I've actually upgraded it so it shows a longer range. See over here, only those. And of course I can pick like, hey, I want it to show off. Let's see, cave sulfur. So it's gonna start scanning, and it's gonna ping them around here. So there's actually one right here. So I'm actually right here on this little cliff right here. Down in here is a kelp bed, and I think around here is where the red kelp zone is. And as you can see here, it's showing up on my map because I actually have an upgrade that shows that. So let's get rid of that, and I'm gonna equip that because I don't want to stare at it forever. I hardly use that thing, but I think it looks amazing. I'm gonna go downstairs. This is my area where I keep all my materials and stuff. So crafting is mostly done by a fabricator, where you're actually like, hey, I have these components. I'm gonna go and be like, hey, I wanna make where is he? A cured peeper, where I wanna cook him. Like, hey, I don't have a fish right now. What could we possibly do? So one of the fun things that I have built in this world is an aquarium. So I can go in there and grab a fish, and we can cook them, and I can kind of show you that little process. But it's essentially the same. You're kind of looking for these materials and stuff, and going and building. It's more based on like, hey, do you have, to make glass, you need quartz and stuff like that. So to make like a battery, you need copper, acid, and stuff like that. So we'll cook that fish. He's gonna cook there. He is now being cooked, and if I wanted to, I could eat him. But resources, basic materials. I have like titanium comes from metal that flew off the ship, or you can find it kind of just scattered around inside of rocks. So let's see. I want to make an electronic. I want to make a battery. So I need acid, mushroom, and copper. So once I get all that, I can make that battery, but then make a power cell, which uses power like the larger vehicles I'm about to show you. I would have to get 2 batteries and then silicon rubber. It's a whole bunch of gathering to make lower tier resources into higher tier resources. But yeah, this base is pretty high up. That is totally a nuclear reactor over there. Hopefully I said that word correctly. Right here is my sea moth named the Slart 1. That's kind of the first mode of transportation you get outside of this guy here. And I can actually go over here and upgrade panels and stuff inside of it and name it. And I can use this to upgrade like existing equipment I have. I turned this knife, that was a normal knife, now it's a fire knife. But I'm gonna quickly hop out here and show you what it's kind of like. This is the Kelp Zone right outside my home. You can see everything here. And as you can see, there's these little markers here and there. Like, that's a beacon I left because there's something I want to go to over there. We might actually check that out in a second. Down there is a habitat, which is I got via a transmission. But let's see. And of course, there's local wildlife. But I want to show you something a little more fun. I built this guy up here. This is a Cyclops, and this is what you're going to be using once you get to like the much lower level depths of the game. Why are you going there, you may ask? Because the deeper you go, the better the resources and the more advanced materials you get, and the cycle continues of, hey, this is why I'm going deeper, is to figure out this story and to get these better materials, because that is what's required. So I'll show some of the area off a little bit and hop in this guy over here. But I have played like huge amounts of this game and I love it.
All systems online.
Thank you. So this is the Kelp Zone. You're gonna hear angry things. Oh, I hit the wrong button there. Here we go. So as you can see at the top, the yellow number is actually the crush depth. So once I get to that and start going lower, I will start to take damage. Yes, you're going to hear me run over fish. What you hear in the background, and I'm going to say that this game does amazingly well, is make it feel very eerie in this world. But that sound you're hearing now is a reefback. That thing's actually not dangerous to me. It's actually one of the nice creatures of the world. What you'll probably notice about this ship here is that on the bottom I actually have little modules. These are actually upgrades. Oh, he's freaking out over there. We'll ignore that for now. But this is a upgrade that allows me to release a electromagnetic post. Let's go over to this guy. This is, I believe, is a sand shark. So if we kind of piss him off, he's going to come over here. But if we pop that, that'll teach him a lesson. So there's that kind of stuff there. Also, once in a while, you're going to... Oh, I still can't drive. Once in a while, you're going to see like a little thing pop up on the screen and then go down to the bottom of the screen. That is actually my still suit, which is taking my body wastewater and recycling it. So I think it's intentional. When you load the game in, a automatic voice says, push the activation key if you wish to initiate to make it not taste bad. And the game never loads fast enough so you can hit that button, which I think is hilarious that it's like, hey, you've opted not to do this. So I'm gonna give you a little peek of what's inside of this baby here. So to actually make this thing, I had to actually go and find the sections of it, which were scattered all around the place because presumably all this stuff was being carried on the Aurora, that giant ship. So this is a giant power cell fueled ship. I'm gonna not head that way. It has storage lockers here where I kind of have water and stuff like that. Let me eat that cooked peeper before anything terrible happens. So we're gonna go up. And I can play all kinds of things here. I can turn on these floodlights on the outside. I can be like, hey, screw you, wildlife. I have my engines off right now. This thing has sonar. The larger creatures won't really mess with me as much, but there is a sound system. Like, hey, if I'm making more sound, more stuff will come to mess with me. So this right here is my pride and joy. This is my... That's weird. This is my prawn suit. I'm not going to take it out because I want to let some of the stuff be a surprise for you guys. But that is one of the end game stuff, and that's how you get like really, really deep in the world. As of here, I got more planners. Pro tip: if you get this game, there is an island behind the Aurora's engines. Head that way. Get these planters and get these marble melons, and you will have an infinite source of food. It's great. Food and water. Decoy launcher. I just run away. I don't use decoys. And this is my engine over here. You'll note that there are fire extinguishers. This thing can catch on fire if you go too fast. But let's see, hold on. So the crush depth of this thing is 1300, and I think that the prawn suit is a little bit more. And all the modules in these ships can be taken and upgraded and fun stuff like that. So let's go ahead and show you like just the basic cycle of game in this. So when you're first starting, you're going to be mostly just grabbing fish, eating them, and cooking them. These are my neighbors, Phil and Deb. We'll just let them be. So you're going around. So most of the stuff you're going to collect is via these little nodes scattered around. I've kind of cleaned this area out. So I'm going to break it, and here's some titanium. And as you go deeper, these materials, that's just me being unable to collect stuff, get more and more rare. Diamond, a whole bunch of crystals that I have no idea how to say the name of. Like gold, silver. Where my base is right on the edge of where gold and silver kind of spawn, so they're very easy for me to come by. Later on, there's these large rocks that you can harvest. They give you a whole bunch of materials, but that's with the prawn suit and stuff like that. So over there, Beacon 3, I think, is where the crazy area kind of starts out. I need to label them. I never did. But that's it. You're essentially going around here slowly collecting stuff. The biggest draw for me is that it's different than all these other survival games because you're underwater. There's all these creatures and stuff having their own little lives, but one of the big things is the story. It's really well done, and let's just say that you crashing here wasn't a mistake. It wasn't like, hey, this accidentally happened. Actually, this. All right, cool. So this is a crash site, so we're gonna actually kind of potter around here. So in there is you can't see right now, there's a sea glide fragment, which is I'm using now. So if I scan it, if I didn't have the blueprints for it, I would get the sea glide blueprint. So instead I'm getting, it just converts into titanium somehow. But down over here is the kelp biome. There's a reef back. Hey buddy, let's go visit him. These guys actually have entire biomes living on them. It's pretty great. See, look, I get like, when I go over here, I'm like, I could grab that mushroom, but I don't need it. Some of them have these little oh, there he is. There's a jerk. I'm gonna spit at you. I'm gonna go away though. But there'll be times where you're kind of just going around, and you look down and it's just darkness, and your stomach like drops out. It's really good at invoking that kind of fear of the unknown at times. The sound design is amazing. But like right there, you saw like a little bit of pop in. That's like the first pop in I've seen since the patch and stuff like that. Oh, he's checking something out in there. Probably get out of here. Oh, I hate these guys. Whee! As you can see, this thing also uses batteries, but they aren't. Later on, you can recharge batteries and stuff. Oh, time to go up. If we're unlucky, we'll encounter a Reaper, which is a giant creature that just wants to murder you. Whoa! Sorry, buddy. Didn't mean to get in your path. So actually, yes, I'm actually heading in a bad direction because the Reapers are all over by that ship and behind it. But if you go behind there, about kind of towards where my base is where the island is. That actually kind of caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting him to kind of be there. Oh. Still are some bugs, but nothing like crazy game breaking that I've seen so far. The different areas that I've encountered are like there's this crazy lava area. There's this like giant mushroom area where those you saw them earlier. The like jelly ray things that kind of quietly go around. It's a peaceful area. I mean, a lot of stuff wants to kill you in this game, but there are areas that are just kind of quiet and peaceful, and not everything wants to murder you. But this is Subnautica. I can't recommend this game enough. I love it. If you want something new to do for survival and stuff like that, you can I would highly suggest picking this up. That's right. If you strike these, they hurt you, but you get seeds and stuff you can plant. And a lot of the storytelling is told through. Ooh. Oh, it's a crasher. No. So those guys exist inside of little pods over here. And inside is cave sulfur. So if anyone has issue finding cave sulfur, that's how you find it. And they get really angry and stuff like that. So here's a grav trap, which can already build. It's just gonna give me titanium. I can't confirm it, but I think resources do respawn that, or there is a ton of them. But that's about it without going like crazy into the deep parts of the world. And this is probably mostly, this area is going to be what you see most of the time at the very beginning. You don't have to build your base there. I just kind of like it there. I have half-built stuff in other areas. Also, for those curious, there's a thing you need, and it's called Creepvine. Getting the Creepvine clusters is what you need for, I believe, the oils, and that took me forever to figure out. But yeah, like from the preview version to release, the improvements in frame rate, stuttering, and just load times is great. But this is Subnautica. I am ZeroJD. This is the XBLA Fans channel. I highly recommend this game if you want a survival game that's kind of different. There is a mode where it's just like you can just build and explore. There's a mode where I think you don't have to worry about food or water or anything like that. But I gathered up all my toys here to show you because I'm really excited. I actually have my another beacon here to show off. If you get close to these guys, by the way, they fart and hold on. Well, there you go. And then those pop, but you can actually collect those and you make deterrent missiles and stuff. And this is my garden. But yeah, like I've put a lot of love into this game and my base here, and I'm excited to see other people play this game, and I hope to see more from this dev. They're actually working on a expansion, which I'm excited to see because it has, I think, like cute little creatures in it. Oh, before we end, hold on. He should be over here. Oh, that's right. No, he's over here. I'm sorry. I'm going to show you one thing before we wrap this up. Oh, man, I did not notice how much oxygen I was missing. But as for base building and stuff, you have to make sure that, like, hey, this base has, like, a structural integrity stuff and get damaged and all that kind of crazy stuff. So we're gonna end it over here. For those wondering, no, you can't really kill stuff. You can kind of impede stuff. I have this this gun that kind of freezes everything in place. It doesn't work in here though. Where is he? These are the jelly rays I was talking about earlier. There he is. Hey, buddy. That's the cuttlefish. Look how adorable he is. I would release him into the wild, but I want to keep him and keep him safe. It's very cute. They even make a comment in like the information about it, like this thing has been genetically engineered to be cute and adorable. But yeah, that's Subnautica. If you have any questions about the game or anything like that, please leave a comment in the video. Like, subscribe, it helps us a ton. Share the video. Give the dev some love. Pick up this game. I am ZeroJD. This is the XBLA channel, the XBLA Fans channel. Thank you so much. Once again, Subnautica is fully released, and I am loving it. I've loved it even in game preview with its flaws, and a lot of those flaws have actually been utterly annihilated with this update. Have a nice day.